What's good, people? It's about that time to randomly relate reverse rants, no hate. So look, let me jump right into it, man. I just finished watching the video, Fight Hype, with Devin Haney's father, and they're talking about this whole situation with Devin Haney and Gary Russell. Now, y'all know by now with me, I don't care about the drama. I don't care about all the ins and outs. To go back with the back and forth with he said, she said. In all actuality, it's like 1 week, Devin Haney, Gary Russell makes a video. Then, Haney or his dad, they respond. He makes another video, they respond. He makes another video, they respond. And, that's not what I'm interested in. I understand that both sides is trying to bring clarity to the whole situation of what's happening, what's going on. Pretty much they're both accusing the other of the same thing. Gary Russell saying they were supposed to get back to him, he never heard from them. And Devin Haney's father is saying the same thing. And basically it never even got to a contract. It never went further than a term sheet. Okay? And you know that you have to, agree to the terms and have everything written up where, okay, now before you go to a contract, term sheet, this is the terms. Do you agree to these terms? Yes, both parties agree. Let's go forward. Okay, so to basically play he said, she said, and pick and choose who you want to believe, that's not going to get the fight done. We're not going to see the fight any sooner just because we pick a side and want to start trying to, say who's ducking who and get into the whole soap opera side of it. I have no interest in that at all. I don't even care about that. Here's the thing about it, okay? If you listen to Gary Russell, okay, and you listen to Devin Haney's on the come up. Devin Haney has had, fights he's trying to get that, he couldn't get, that he won. So he was even talking about going up to 140 because, the fights he won are not happening. Now, Gary Russell pretty much went on a rant, man, and he was basically calling out everybody. And, telling a story about punching Terrence Crawford in the face, saying he broke his jaw and all of this and that. And he said he had witnesses, and then those witnesses pretty much didn't say the things that Gary Russell thought they were going to say or wanted them to say, or however you want to say it. And, it's like a lot of bitterness, a lot of anger. But here's the difference with Haney and Russell. Devin Haney is becoming a name now. And it's happening for him a lot faster than anything happened for Gary Russell in terms of popularity. Gary Russell has had some good wins, but he has not had that signature win. He hasn't beaten that opponent that people are that make him that superstar. Now, Devin Haney is in a better position than Gary Russell in terms of popularity and growth. For you to be the longest reigning champion in boxing and nobody's talking about you, nobody's saying he should make a desperate move and fight for crumbs, but at the same time, if the things that you want are there financially or whatever, if here's the thing, all we know is he said, she said. This one said this one said that. That's all we know. We don't know what the actual details are. But here's the reality. If you're getting offered more money than you've already made in your career, and you're confident that you can beat Devin Haney, and I'm saying it this way for this reason. Devin Haney's young, man. He's 21, 22. He has a lot more time left than Gary Russell does. So, if you're that confident, from what I'm hearing from both parties, it feels like Gary Russell should take this fight. Okay, beat Devin Haney. Now the ball is in your court. At the same time, for all of the other fighters up and coming, look at, for example, even Rolly Romero. People saying he suck, he can't fight, he's overrated, but they're talking about him. They're not even talking about Gary Russell. So Gary Russell's in a position where if his mentality is no, we're both the A side or I'm the A side, and he feels like he wants more than what he's worth, I don't know, man. I don't know. It's like, from all I'm hearing is that they were supposed to get back in touch, and it's like a communication problem. Nobody's reaching out are doing what they're supposed to do, or doing what they're saying they're going to do. They're telling Gary Russell one thing and doing something different. They're saying Gary Russell is telling them one thing and doing something different. And like I said, I don't care about picking sides and all of this. Here's the crazy thing. Between the two of them fighting, man, I like Devin Haney and Gary Russell as a fighter. I don't even know, like, I can't even pick who I want to win. It's like, just, hey, may the best man win. I like both of them as fighters, and it's like, that's my stance on that. But at the end of the day, either you're going to fight or you're not. And it's more crucial to Gary Russell because, like I said, man, Devin Haney got more time left, way more time left in the sport than Gary Russell does. So instead of trying to finally get that signature fight when your hairline is receding and shit, and you got the bald spot at the top, and you're no longer what you used to be, just to get that shot and lose. I mean, like I said, in the previous video, people are going to say Gary Russell had his chance against Lomachenko and he blew it. That's what they're going to say, and it's unfair because even in that sense, where if you look at him now and look at that's the only loss on his record. So I don't even understand why there was never talks about a rematch between those two. But all of that's neither here nor there. Doesn't matter. Doesn't impact what's happening right now. But it's like Gary Russell, he doesn't draw. He said that Floyd is full of shit for saying that he doesn't draw, but at the same time, they're right. He doesn't draw. Look at what his own words. He's telling you that in his own words. This is why he's trying to get a fight. If somebody's willing to go up 2 or 3 weight classes to fight one person, what does that tell you? You understand what I mean? So he's not a draw. He's saying that who wouldn't want to see me versus Devin Haney? Right, but it would be Devin Haney more so than you that they're coming to see. More people would pay attention to you now at that point because Devin Haney is a star in the making. Like he's rising, man. And so Tank Davis and all these other guys, Ryan Garcia, all these other guys that surround that possible matchups that we could have, we don't know. We don't know what's going to happen. This is the thing about it, man. Negotiations in boxing are always like people say when two people want to fight, it's easy to make the fight happen. Yeah, sometimes. But then there's times when you get situations like this, and like, I don't know. Listening to both sides, I don't know what the holdup is. They're both making their claims about, who's the holdup, who's not doing what they're supposed to. They're both accusing each other of the same things. So, like I said, that's not going to get us anywhere. It's not going to get us any closer to the fight. Just hearing about this, who said what. That's. So, I was going to play the video. It's really too long to really play, and there's nothing particular that I would want to record him saying and then shut off. But at the end of the day, it's like this back and forth with all these videos. They had a date set for November 7th. That's what Gary Russell's father said. I mean, that Devin Haney's dad said that they had a date set for November the 7th. And then now all of a sudden there's no fight. So they said that right now they're looking at Gamboa. Now, for people that saying, oh man, how you gonna fight Gamboa? Gamboa's 38, yada yada, he looked bad against Tank. We know he had an issue, had an injury in that fight. And of course he's gonna, people are gonna compare what he does against Gamboa versus what Tank did. Now, at the end of the day, look, Tevin Farmer was a name that was calling out Tank Davis, and then he got beat. Gary Russell made a lot of mentions about a lot of fighters. And if you look at how many people are there that can actually fight each other, even if it means it's people going up and down a couple of pounds, we could have some great fights. But the way everything is sounding right now is all just talk. That nothing is basically etched in stone that this fight's gonna actually happen. So, you know what? That being said, I don't think that fight's gonna happen. If it happens, if it happens, it's from what I'm hearing, like both guys are saying like, I'm ready now, I'm ready. But nothing's in ink, man. No ink is dried yet. So I don't really see that fight happening. Really, there's not much more to say about that, man. And just remember, never fall in love with lies. And the truth brings hate out of people. That's all I want to say on this video. Catch y'all on the next one.